Peace, what it do, y'all? Grand Rising. This is Coffee with C. And I'm just here to wish everyone a wonderful day. And I hope y'all got y'all coffee. Y'all, basically, this is really a test to see if me updating my computer is going to help my experience in StreamYard. For some reason, after a little bit of time of talking here, it starts blinking on my end, although I cannot see it in the live stream itself. When I go back on YouTube to view it, it's doing it on my end and it's aggravating me because I can't click nothing in my screen. So right now, this is a test. I'm going to see how long it's going to take if it does it again. Anyway, y'all, what's good? I ain't really found out no new details this morning. I actually was going back on the replays of my own stuff to see what was good with it. What's up? Ricky Farid is in the building. You're in the building. You are always in the building. You make it every time. Anyway, I didn't get to see what was going on the headlines on my timeline. Usually that's what I do in the rising as I check the timeline and see. Oh, here we go again. We got this weird Ratchet TV hates Tisa Tells, and it's not what you think. What you hate her for, my nigga? You don't even know her. You just want to be hating on her. And that's all we see, and we sticking to it. This is what you do. This is what you do. You know what I mean? You sat there and tried to date that woman while she was doing her thing. She be doing her thing. Why we can't congratulate the people that be doing their thing? I've been following all y'all, you know what I mean, and giving y'all some kind of views here and there if you're talking about something. But why? Just why? Why all the harassment? You know? It's crazy. A lot of things are going on. People need to get their energy together. Because that ain't no good way to really do things. But I guess what I said last night was the truth, that we have to understand who we're dealing with. Some people are not going to be like us. They're just not. They're going to do and operate how they want to operate. Shout out to everybody who's been participating on the lives with me. Y'all, it's really been real these past few times. We really been building. I love it. I want us to keep up the momentum and do what we do. It's always feels good to be somewhere where you can spit the realness and nobody's gonna look at you crazy. And even if they don't agree with you, it don't gotta be no argument. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. Like, am I entitled to my own opinion of how I feel about something? Well, I gotta be arguing with people. Why do it have to be a big argument for nothing? What is you talking about, Ricky? You want to come up here, Ricky? I don't know. I thought you was going somewhere. That's why I didn't put no thing in, and I'm not even staying that long. I'm trying to see if it's gonna do the other stuff. Maybe when people come up here and do it. Let's see. And confusion does love chaos. It is chaos. We are in chaos right now. That's why all this stuff is going on. This is chaos. Everything, the weather, the people, just everything, the government. It's just chaos right now. And it has to be like that. It has to go this way. Hmm. Oh my God. They found so much people. They finding more and more people in this Texas flood. I'm so sad about it. I'm so sad about it. But that's not the end of these disasters because we got a whole prophetess telling us all this stuff is going to happen. Prophetess Celestial has been predicting many of these horrific events. She predicted the airplanes falling out the sky, all kind of crazy weather, strange deaths happening. So these are things that have been prophesied to happen.
I like to do it.
Oh, they saying it's 82 people dead
In the camp, I didn't do.
at the camp. I mean, not at the camp, but at the in the
Anybody who's
in that weather. Oh my God, that's oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible because they never saw this coming. It was like them went from having fun to being in a storm. What you saying, Ricky? Oh, you came up here. Farid,
Hey, Queen, what's going on?
what's going on, Ricky?
Out and about, right? In the music city, out and about.
That's what's up.
So I heard you expounding on something, right? About what was that again? I don't want to misinterpret.
What did I say?
About you said something about
Chaos.
I mean, yeah, that it was kind of noise. I was just heard bits and pieces of it. But you were saying something to the effect about some lady not receiving reverence or something like that, right? What was it?
I was talking about the lady that they keep messing with on YouTube. I brought her up again.
About you talking about the guy?
Oh yeah, the Ratchet TV nigga.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, you know.
why do you hate her? And now they talking about she's saying people want to kill her. Oh my God, you all are on all of y'all is on the bandwagon to get some views. Y'all gotta have something to talk about. So when all else fails and Diddy is not a hot topic anymore, this is what y'all do. I'm so used to it.
Mm.
Why y'all gotta talk about her? Talk about your damn self and your experience at the trial. That's content yourself. That ain't gonna get enough views. That ain't gonna hold enough attention. So we're gonna do this.
You'll be surprised on how profound insecurities is within a person, right? They're not acting with confidence. They're not assured of themselves. So they're gonna display anything to keep their attention from them. But they're not caring how they look when they do certain things or say certain things because they're so insecure, it don't even matter. They get comfort from causing confusion and being in the chaos, right? To draw the attention away from their inadequacies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So a lot of things I be seeing. I didn't notice it at first, but a lot of things I see. I read this book called "The Laws of Human Nature" by Robert Greene. Right.
Oh, that sounds like a good read.
Oh man, I'm talking about this is one of the most profound books I have ever read. It's two books that I enjoy. One is "Mind is the Master" by James Allen, and the other one is The Laws of Human Nature. When I read that book, I was all in that book. It explained to me the causes and conditions on my life as well as others' life. You know what I'm talking about? It put a magnifying glass on a whole lot of things that I really wasn't even paying attention to. So, but first and foremost, I understood me first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's hard for people to look at themselves, though. That's the whole thing. It's always so convenient to look outside of yourself and point the finger at somebody else. And that's all this is. It's like, oh, because I don't feel like I did so well with the trial, let me attack this lady. Since I didn't get inside the courtroom, let me attack her. No, you should have did more, have more effort to get into the courtroom. You should have made sure you got a seat. That's just something I would have done if I was there. I would have made sure that I got in the courtroom. But this is how people conduct themselves. They just really have to be on some bullshit. Gene Deal talking about Diddy ain't never coming home. He said he ain't. So say hello to the bad guy. Diddy ain't never coming home. Watch his.
Come on, y'all.
He ain't never coming home. So it's just
Hold on.
the decision is split at the seams though, because we don't know. We looking at it like, okay, they playing games with us. He probably gonna get a short amount of time, and if this feels like he not gonna do no time to some of us, but we got James Deal saying he never coming home. I think we got that coming home, y'all.
I'm on hear all this noise.
And the name of the actor that is going against Tyler Perry, I'm gonna update y'all because I forgot his name not last night. His name is Braxton Wells. He is a black oval actor who is basically saying that he was violated.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry. Listen, no time for apology, okay? I had to get my PowerPoint presentation together. You guys.
He was violated, and that is the person's name that I was talking about. I know. Come on, man. I swear, dog. This dog be all over me. I be like trying to chill and do what I'm doing. This dog just like to be all on me.
Right. Okay. Excuse me for that.
What?
But yeah. So hold on.
Anyway, I know sometimes I'll be talking about something and I don't never give y'all details of who it is and all that. So I'm now coming back to tell y'all, if just in case y'all needed me to say the name, is Braxton Wells. All right, now go over there. I didn't rub you. I rubbed you. Okay, I rubbed you already. I rubbed you. Dog.
Okay.
All right.
Better. Right. So yeah, within the pages of them books, right, I found out why I do and did the things that I did, right? It explained a whole lot. So me knowing that, I improved that or I removed something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people not doing that. People not in the position to feel like they want to change their life. So, their insecurity is gonna stick out more than anything, you know?
Go. Go get it.
Say it again.
talking to my dog, man. This dog just like, always having drama. This dog crying and stuff. Anyway, yeah, that makes sense. I need to read those books then, because I haven't seen that book that you're talking about.
Talking about the laws of human nature.
Yeah, I'm about to get that because I need to
I,
see what you're talking about.
I believe that's the best one you done roll out of all of them. I read about three, one, two, three. I read four of his books. One of them I read, The Art of Seduction. I don't want to read that, right?
I
But
got all that. I got art of seduction because I don't want to seduce people.
right, I don't
But
want
yeah,
to.
right.
Right, if I can't motivate you to do something, why would I want to seduce you to do something? Seduction is a negative connotation on it to me. You know,
Negative energy.
seducing is you manipulate and you're lying, you're deceiving. You know what I'm saying? And why would I want to get to somebody that I love? It don't make no sense. That ain't got nothing to do with romance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's why I really didn't pick that up because I don't want to learn the attributes. I mean, believe me, I can tell when I'm being seduced, right? Not P. Oh, we got one. We got one. Right. That ain't in my DNA. You know, I get carried away because I get carried away because I want to get carried away. Right. Not to say that I can't be affected by the shenanigans. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty much grounded. My chromosomes grounded on being, the guy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not being so easily influenced because of the opposite sex. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's amazing how these people's minds are, society's minds are easily manipulated and imposed upon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. When you got low self esteem and insecurity, it's easy to be seduced, manipulated, and all that. The insecurity is very vital, right,
Mm-hmm.
to the consciousness, man. You got a weak mind, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? You got them real insecure feelings in your heart. Yeah, I can get you.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to keep my contact list on people who are motivating, right? The positive influence. You know what I mean? You disappeared on us last night too. Where did you go?
Oh,
You?
that's because my computer screen kept blinking.
Yeah.
And I was trying to stop it from doing that.
Mm.
It's not doing it yet. I think it was because I needed to update my computer.
Right. I need to clean it or something. Right.
No, it was time for this update to get done, and I've been avoiding the update sometimes
All right.
because if I'm using my computer, but I haven't even really been using it a lot lately.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of hoopla going on. You hear me? Plenty of it. Especially with this media thing. It's like, man, the only people that they do capture their undivided attention are those people with, you know, low self esteem or insecurities. They
Mm-hmm.
gobbling up this digital shit, man. It's crazy, you know. And I realized that them 2 years that this country was on house arrest or quarantine, man, they opened up a whole new animal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, society had 2 years of being confined to the home, but just imagine being locked in the bathroom for 7 years, right? Right, 10 years, man. You know,
Hmm.
right? And they come out with your comprehension is intact or enhanced. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of person that got a real purpose. You know, when you can go through that, still have your mentality, still have your heart, especially have gained some spirituality. You know what I mean? That's the best place to get to know who you are, so you can find out what's going on with the Most High. And once you find out that, then I mean,
Mm-hmm.
improve, it's time to improve. Everybody got the fork in the road, whether they want to go with the Most High or whether they want to do their own thing. And no one is left out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell the way he communicate with me, he most definitely communicate with everybody else. So ain't no excuses.
You gotta be listening. Shit.
Yeah. Some people don't know how to listen though. I mean, cause
Yep.
I didn't know.
Everything else get into
I did
your head.
not know how God talk. Man, I'm talking about listen. I'm talking about literally. Let me know that He in my thoughts. The shit almost blew my mind. Right? That only confirms my belief that He exists and that He do what He do. It's without a doubt. You know what I
Without
mean?
out around here, y'all.
Man, without a doubt. So regardless if I go to those certain buildings where people gather and give reverence and worship, if I if I don't participate in that, man, I know my Lord with me.
You
That's
don't
what
gotta go with them. Y'all
man,
know some of us ain't gonna go with them. Cause they too much for me. Hold on. I can't do it no more. I did it and I tried it and I'm not meant to be there with them. And as much as people want to come at me and act like they know, I'm not about to listen to them either because it ain't that ain't gonna work with me. Because I know that your relationship with God is your personal relationship. You don't gotta share that with no one.
right.
You ain't gotta tell nobody nothing what you talk about with God about. You don't gotta prove to them you talking to God and doing that with God.
Right.
That's the thing. Everybody think they gotta share everything they do with everybody. You do have to tap into you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Tap into yourself. Stop worrying about the next man. That's why I be on these people head about sweating this lady. Why are y'all sweating her? You need to focus more on you. Like people be doing stuff to me all the time, and I still can't focus on them. I gotta really focus on me and what I'm doing and how I'm gonna operate still. Even though I know that they deliberately do things to try to harm me or mess my flow up, or they just not doing being right by me. I know this that they're not, but guess what? I know that at the end of the day, the Most High finna take care of me. I'm gonna be okay no matter what. So I just move on. I don't even try to retaliate on them. I just look at them and I say, "You call yourself a child of God in my heart. This is what I see. You're not being what you're not of God because you're not doing what God would do right now." I don't tell them that, but I know that. And I just look at them a certain way because they be the main ones always trying to share their connection with God with everybody. But to me, their connection is very weak. And the worst thing I hate is for somebody to come tell me what God told them about me. Is God gonna tell you about me?
I had two dudes, two white guys. They was 7 Day Adventists,
Mm-hmm.
woman, something. You know them little guys. They come out, walking around with the white shirts and the tie on and going door to door.
For the Seventh-day Adventists or the Mormons? Which one?
One of them, I don't know which one it was. Both of them identified the same way. But I'm sitting on the porch with my old guy, right? And you know me, I keep my coupe on my head, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting on the porch, and then if you look at me, if you see me and not acknowledging who you're looking at, then I know how to respond to what you got going on based on the conversation. So they didn't recognize that I was Muslim, first of all. Second of all, they came all the way to the left, right? But that makes me pose the question: how do you How do you serve God? That was the question,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they thought they were doing a deed, right? Pulling up on two black older men, right? But they didn't expect to get what they cared to. So I asked him, I said, man, how do you serve God? And he did not say the right answer. I let him talk for about 5 minutes. Then I remind them of a scripture in their own book on how you serve God. I said, you going door to door explaining and pulling words out their book to these people doorstep. I said, that's not serving God. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, what did God tell her? I said, what's the second commandment? Right? Then they was like, this, that, that. And I said, okay. I said, well, how do you serve God then? They looking at each other. I said, you serve God by helping people, by being of service to people, helping the needy. That's how you serve God. You can't do that, nothing else. You can't do nothing for God unless you doing it for somebody else, right? Being of service, helping the poor, shit like that. He rolled through his book, flipped a couple pages, said, you right. He said, according to this scripture right here, such, such. I said, well, yeah. I said, so what kind of significance you getting out of going door to door, right? Who's benefiting that? You or the people you talking to? He could not answer that question.
So basically, when you look at the way secular Christianity or secular religion or whatever you want to call it is done, they're not doing anything right. Actually,
Right.
that's not the way it was supposed to be. That's not right how they're doing this. And they've been teaching the people this is what they're supposed to do. And now when you look at the church, it is a whole circus, it's a whole thing that they're doing that it's far away from what I knew when I was coming in going to church. It's way away from that. So that has changed. The people are don't know God like they're supposed to know. They don't trust God like they're supposed to trust God. And it's just very disturbing for me to sit back and watch it, and I don't want to participate in none of it.
Right.
And
You
I
want
know
you.
my family be looking at me like I got a whole different way I'm looking at the way all this is because it's that the way I felt when I was going to church. Dang it. The way I felt when I kept going back into the church, I was more sad, and I felt like everything I was doing be wrong all the time. I was beating myself up and all this things. But now that I'm not participating in that, and I participate in my life in a different manner, handle my business spiritually, go within and do those things, I feel 100% better than I used to feel.
Okay.
Ramblin' is in the building.
Who the
What up, Quentin? I forgot to say hi to Quentin because I was running my mouth. Well, yeah,
who is that?
that's the color. We can't hear you good. I heard you, but then I didn't hear you good. Let me put yourself on mute real quick, Ricky, and see what happens.
All right.
He over there with some heavy machinery, ain't he?
Yeah, I hear you now, Cuzzo.
How y'all doing?
We good. I was just checking out the equipment this morning because last night I kept getting this blinking screen. It was just blinking and blinking and blinking. I was like, why is my screen blinking like this? So today I did an update on my entire computer. See, that's the reason why.
As I was coming in, when I was coming in, Ricky said something so profound. I said, "Well, dang, let me where that link at? Let me just hop on." And you was saying your interaction with the door to door people, Jehovah's Witness, whoever they was. There's a few of them come door to door, but and you was talking about of service, and I just wanted to add in that I hadn't stepped foot in a church as far as trying to go in there and congregate fellowship in years. But it's this Baptist church, white folk, that hold whoever, I don't know if y'all familiar with football, but a retired football player named Tim Tebow. Every
Right.
year he do like a prom for adults and children with disabilities. So I started going to the taking my daughter over to this prom and started networking. So what I like about them is because they do more than what I remember my own when I used to go to church faithfully, kid and up until a teenager, was doing. So they actually gave me a little they call it the mentorship with the kids and young adults with the disabilities. So I don't go there like faithfully or sit up in there, nor have I joined. But as far as being of service to the people in the community, in my little town, they have been very profound with that. But yeah, I don't do church or nothing like that anyway. But they gave me a little position. They looking out for not only just my daughter, but other kids and regular people, not just with disabilities and nothing like that, but they are definitely of service. So I'm glad you pointed that out, Ricky. You
Right,
can't
right,
say
right.
you're doing God's work and not be of service to the people. You just babbling and rambling.
In a way.
We rambling, baby. Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead, baby.
Rambling,
Push
baby.
Hey.
COVID in the
Go ahead,
building.
baby.
Hmm? Hello?
Yes, what happened?
Oh, I was
What?
finished. I just went back on mute to let y'all talk.
Oh yeah, but see the thing with that, the whole thing was about the service thing, because people have the wrong motive, the intent to be doing shit. So when you when one is being of service for the pleasure of the Most High, there has to be the intent in the heart. Okay, I'm doing this for the pleasure, right? And the worship of the Most High. You know what I mean? So that means your core intent has to be from the heart, right?
Yeah.
Because without that intent,
And you gotta know what you're talking about when you do. You can't just be reading and saying words. And when people like you and others have questions, then you get stuck on stupid. You know, they were just the wrong two brothers represented to be out there. Cause I done seen some. Look, my man, he always liked the challenge. It was some. We got the little church of what is it, Latter Day Saints or whatever that's right across the street. And they come walking over there. Some young fellas. The young fellas were pretty sharp, but so my husband, he getting at them, but they were quick on their feet. They caught up. They really so. I didn't witness the interaction myself, but he was just telling me about it when I got back home because they like some babies. But so yeah, you gotta have the right people on the front line calling themselves doing that work. And like you
Oh, there
said,
you go.
from the heart, for the purpose of God, and not just to, show off or like some of them get into the women or men's house and try to sexually arouse them or something like that. Cause that happen a lot in these religions. You try to, you know, they
oh
try
my.
to do some sex acts and stuff with you, but yeah.
We just doing it again, y'all. Tell you.
So what would be the meaning behind um the intent behind the house of worship? What do when you go back in them scriptures, you realize what's supposed to go down in these places, these sacred places, these so-called houses of the Most High God, the Creator, right? You know, the purpose of even having congregations like that is to express the the actions and the results of what the Most High doing to a person in their life. It ain't to be gathering up with no shenanigans or none of that. It's strictly for like worship and giving a testimony or giving help or assistance to anybody that's in this community that's having problems. They're not getting the effect that they want to get from the Most High, right? And then they be directed and given guidance on how to modify or change some things so they can derive benefits. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't get benefit because they ain't doing the right shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you in here praying and doing all this hoopla on Sunday, then you expecting for a blessing to come in. At the same time, you ain't putting in the work to receive. You ain't help nobody. You ain't get him no service. You ain't acknowledging him. You ain't got no good intent in your heart. So how you expect to be, wealthy, rich, peaceful? You know what I mean? Loving when you ain't even trying to exercise none of those principles. You feel what I'm saying?
What I
Right.
do
So true.
is what they're doing in the church now is it's like another energy. It's always been energy. It's energy harvesting. They go in there and make you feel bad, so you got to give them some money.
Hold on. Wait, Lee.
That's what they've been doing, making you feel bad so you can give up some money.
Child. I lost my child the other day. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, my screen blinking again. This shit start blinking after we start getting some real shit spitting. So it is the software. Unless you pay for it, you will be getting these blinking spells.
Mute y'all for a minute. Hold on.
I'm finna get over here though, because I'm getting ready to get dressed. Shit. I just came on here to see if it was gonna start doing this blinking shit, and it did. It got my
Okay.
screen looking double and all this shit, and it's blinking.
Well, your audio is crisp and clear.
I don't even understand why. I mean, it don't mess up. You can't. Only I can see this, but it's annoying. And if somebody else came up right now, I don't know if I'll be able to put them up and stuff like that.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope you come back later because I got to get back to these calls. But I just wanted to come and I was in the chat, gonna come in the chat anyway. But I just had to
Yeah.
speak on that. So
Oh,
y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Hope to holler at y'all later.
you
Okay,
too.
Queen. You too.
All right.
So I'm about to get out of here, y'all. That was a real quick coffee. We got to figure out what's going on with this software. I'm probably gonna have to switch up and change to something else. But I'll see y'all on the flip side. Y'all know what I want y'all to do. Love yourself, know yourself, be true to yourself, and stay fly. And always, always, always living your truth. Peace, and I'm out.
Love, Queen.
All right. One. She didn't even let me end this shit. Oh, it did. Did it? Is it not?